In 1999, Magistrate Carlisle Grievous issued a scathing critique of Bermuda's Youth Offenders Act of 1950, arguing that it failed to hold repeat juvenile offenders accountable. He called for stricter sentencing, military training, and stronger intervention of measures. The story came from the Royal Gazette as the magistrate was frustrated over the reoffending of a 15-year-old who stole a total value of goods exceeding $4,000. The youth had a string of convictions dating back to 1994. Fast forward to 20 years later, in 2019, Fiona McGritter wrote a story on the matter of harsher punishments being enacted. The law had not changed, but the use of which it was implemented had increased. It read, quote, schoolboys aged 14 to 15 were locked up at the co-ed facility as recently as this year, despite laws designed to prevent the detention of children unless in exceptional circumstances. In the story, the ruling by Justice Mark Pettingill found that a 15-year-old boy was wrongfully held at the co-ed facility with the complicity of the Department of Child and Family Services. In another case, police officers handcuffed a compliant 15-year-old at his school and took him into custody, a move Justice Pettingill described as an overreach of authority. These cases echoed the 1999 incident, raising concerns that Bermuda's justice system continues to struggle with how to handle youth offenders fairly and effectively. The Young Offenders Act, first introduced in 1950, was meant to ensure that children were not treated like adult criminals, and it was recently amended to raise the legal definition of a child from under 16 to under 18. More recently, in the 2025 throne speech, the government stated that during this session, the government will address law reform by making amendments to the Young Offenders Act of 1950 to modernize the treatment of young people impacted by the criminal justice system, commencing with an increase to the age of criminal responsibility from 8 to 14. Notably, the National Reduction Strategy released in 2024 has also been an overarching solution to reduce violence among young people in Bermuda. Their overall strategy plans to outline a comprehensive approach to prevention, intervention, reintegration, relocation, enforcement, improved collaboration, and public awareness campaigns, with the ultimate goal of reduction of violence and antisocial behavior in Bermuda at all age groups. But going back to the two juxtaposing stories, in 1999, there was a call for harsher punishment. In 2019, we saw evidence of mistreatment under the law. What has been proven to work? Rehabilitation has been the proven method. Here's a glimpse of a panel discussion in Australia which highlighted these very topics.
We're failing at this. It's not working. It's like the war against drugs. It's just not working. We have to try something different. You can't arrest your way out of a crime wave. And you have to ask, well, what's motivating it? And if it's social media, we've got to find ways of dealing with the performative aspect of it. And if we listen to the people who work with the offenders, the youth workers, the criminal justice people, the parole officers, they'll all tell you the same thing. You can't just fight it by trying to arrest everyone.
Here's the thing about offending youths. Very often, they are coming from disadvantaged backgrounds themselves. They are coming from backgrounds where they've faced harm and violence and neglect and abuse. So these offenders are actually victims themselves.
Youth violence is prevalent globally. Our cousin islands have also faced numerous crimes. Jamaica, reported in 2020 by Police Commissioner Major General Anthony Anderson, says that 875 major crimes which were committed in Jamaica from 2019 to 2020 were carried out by perpetrators between the ages of 15 and 17 years old, and these do not include minor crimes or arrests. In the Cayman Islands, they reported in 2021 their struggles with punishment in an article that read, as it stands now, juvenile offenders are housed in the same building with adult prisoners in a separate annex of the building. However, this doesn't always prevent interactions between juveniles and adult prisoners. Bermuda statistics provided by the Bermuda Police Service shared that in 2019, we had 140 arrests of persons 18 years and younger, which positively has reduced to 69 by 2022. So, we know the government will reconvene. We know they are looking to amend many laws. But in the case of Bermuda's youth and the 75-year-old law, is raising the age of criminal responsibility enough? Or does Bermuda need a fundamental shift in how it treats young offenders? And are we doing enough as a community for our younger generation?